What's up, Wrestle fans? Welcome to week 11 of the Wednesday Night War podcast, Whole Hog. What's up, Warheads? Welcome to week 11 of the Wednesday Night War podcast. I'm DJ. I'm here with Brett. Brett visibly angry at me right now.
Apparently, you dick. I never know when you hit the damn button.
I know you don't. That's part of my charm. It's how I catch you for all the good stuff we put at the end of the episode. So I sneak attack it in there.
I mean, if that's that hill you want to die on, you can roll with it.
Listen, some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Wow.
That's right.
Holy shit.
So what's up? What's going on? We got to talk wrestling.
Yeah, of course we're going to talk wrestling, man.
Wednesday night wrestling, in fact.
Specifically Wednesday night wrestling.
Well, Tuesday also. So.
Oh, yeah,
Tuesday night YouTube wrestling.
That ties in.
I mean, I guess they film it on a Wednesday.
Yeah. So
well, either way.
This is Hump Day Wrestling.
I'm changing the name of the show to that, actually.
All right. I'm not opposed.
What's up, Hump Heads? Welcome to this week's episode of the Hump Day Wrestling podcast.
What the hell?
I mean, you just did it, so it's your fault.
I'm about it.
All right. Well, I got to come up with a new logo. It's going to be considerably harder to pull this one off. All right. So let's get into this stuff here. Not a ton of news this week, right? We've been trying to rack our brains, figure out what to talk about. So instead, we're going to do a little speculation.
Speculation, baby.
We're going to hit that. So the world knows, not necessarily NXT news, but they are former NXT competitors.
Yes.
Luke Harper and the Ascension were released finally from their WWE contracts.
Yeah, I know Harper asked for his, I
Yes.
think, back in April.
Yeah. And they were 6 more months.
Yeah, 6 months because we're dicks.
Yes.
I don't know about the Ascension if they asked for theirs or not. I think somebody's like, yeah, they haven't been on TV.
Yeah, Vince probably woke up and was like, when's Demolition on the roster? Oh wait,
we're still here, pal.
Oh well, all right, let's get rid of those guys. Was there anybody else? Was there a fourth?
Yeah, Sin Cara.
Oh yeah, Sin Cara, but he also asked.
Yeah, he publicly asked for his release
recently.
Too.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and then you have guys supposedly, I guess the Revival asked, but they're just like, nah.
Well, that's money.
Yeah.
Not that Harper's not money. I think Harper
is damn money. He's pretty
super
money.
Talented.
Love that
so
guy.
let's speculate.
Let's do it.
So more so the Ascension and Harper. Sin Cara, I'm not that. I don't know where Sin Cara fits in.
I think he's just gonna be one of those goes and works CMLL, AAA.
Makes
it's still hot down there, you know.
So the world is pretty much wide open for Harper, I think.
Yeah.
He's not a young man, super talented guy who got picked up in the a little bit later than he probably should have. They should have gone on him way earlier. But I mean, I would love to see that dude pretty much anywhere. I mean, honestly, I would love to see that guy in Japan. But that we're not a Japan wrestling show right now until next week when we're Hump Day Wrestling. Then all bets are off, apparently.
Right.
But there's a good shot he goes to AEW.
I could definitely see him ending up there.
Yeah.
If he showed up, I think he would be a major player.
Yeah.
One, because of his size.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you take the handcuffs off that guy, he can work any style.
Dude's a great worker.
With anybody.
Yeah. He has a family who wants to be in Japan away from them for so long. He can do a little hotshot run probably and come back over to AEW.
Kind of like a Moxley run.
Yeah, just go in, kick some ass for a little bit. That would be really cool. I wouldn't mind seeing him in AEW because I do like watching the guy. But if he goes up in Japan, I'll watch that.
Yeah, I had a little back and forth with good friend Howard the Dave on Twitter about it, and I think we were both selfishly would love to see him in Japan.
Yeah.
Maybe it could work like Moxley and Jericho because Moxley, he showed up over the weekend in New Japan.
Did he really?
Yeah, it's going to be him and Harper, or not Harper.
No,
Jesus, listen to me. Big guy. U.S. title. Archer.
Yes.
Close enough.
Sure.
Yeah, for the U.S. belt in a Texas death match.
No, I saw that. I didn't know he showed up, but I saw that was announced.
Yeah, he showed up, and then of course you have Jericho Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom. So it's a lot of, so there's guys where if they can get in their contract, why not go do it?
Yeah,
you know, I think it's a good idea.
Sure.
The Ascension,
I mean, those guys have to be bound for AEW, right? Maybe not.
I don't
Tag
think
division's
so.
a little thick.
Yeah.
Where else are they going to go?
I know that they're tight with Cody, and I know Cody's like run at the end of the E. He was with those guys. I just don't see it, though.
No?
I mean, if they're going to work as a tag, do your indie loop.
Maybe they'll just run around the indies.
Yeah, I don't really see, like, much.
I don't see Japan working for those guys.
No.
So, I mean, who knows? You know, AEW definitely needs to bolster their roster. Maybe not their tag division, but the roster as a whole.
Well, and I mentioned last week, I'm wondering if Tony Khan is having a little buyer's remorse on some of the talents.
Why? What have you heard?
No, not that I've heard anything. It's just that, you know, you talk about, these guys, they're getting very well paid.
Yeah.
And some of them, it's like, they've been like, they've gone over like a fart in church so far, which I'll talk about what happened during Dynamite.
Yeah, or a fart in the library, Peter Avalon.
So, I mean, either way, like, Harper, I think he could pick and choose what he wants to do.
World's definitely more open for him.
Ascension, I mean, hey, best of luck with, like, those dudes. But Harper, I could definitely see him, like... my ideal would be that he gets that AEW deal where he could also go work New Japan.
Yeah.
That would be, like... Yeah. That's that's what I want.
Yeah. I want Harper to go to AEW. They can boot the Blade out of town, and then it could just be the Butcher and the Big Rig.
That would be sick.
Right?
Oh, my God. That'd be so good. Dude, could you imagine Harper in a G1?
That would also be great.
Like, holy shit.
Harper and Brody Lee running around the indies together.
Oh, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for the dude.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Brody Lee, that's his name, right?
I was just going to let you go with it, but hey, that's all right.
Who's the guy I'm thinking of?
Brody King.
Brody King.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
My guy.
That's the guy.
That's my dude.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's it. That's speculation. That's
speculation, baby.
Speculation, baby, here at the Hump Day Podcast. Hump Day Wrestling Podcast.
If you don't open the episode with humping around... I'm going to be a little upset.
I can't because it cost us money to play music.
I'll get the OG Bobby on the phone.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. If you hear humping around when you go to play this on iTunes, then you know that Brett made a phone call. If you don't hear it when you tune in on iTunes, you can know that Brett's a liar.
Listen, I'm not making any promises, all right?
Sure you're not.
I'll put in a call.
Okay.
Brother.
All right. Okay.
So...
Yes.
Let's talk about things that did happen that we don't have to speculate about.
Okay, no more speculation.
All right, we had AEW Dark this week.
Dark, yeah.
Started out.
Oh, we had it
with. Well, I was happy to see Chucky T on commentary rocking that Tobias Harris jersey. Shout out, let's go Sixers! Beat the Celtics ass.
With OC.
With OC. When I saw he had the headset on, I was like, please don't say a word. He didn't. Followed in suit.
Yep.
First match, you have, let's have a triple threat for the fuck of it. Mm-hmm. Scorpio Sky versus the Shitty Librarian versus Jimmy Havoc.
Yep. Because everybody knows AEW needs to put their tag champion over as a great singles worker.
It
hasn't had a tag title match ever.
No.
Did they defend him once?
Maybe.
And
I think they did defend him once. That's it.
Yeah, and Scorpio's wrestling Jericho, and now he's out wrestling singles three-way matches against people he should not ever be in the ring with.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense.
Very weird.
Scorpio won.
Yep.
That's
it. I was amused by, I don't know if it was supposed to be part of the gimmick or not, but Jimmy Havoc not being able to find the staple gun. I don't know. It just... They give Avalon a microphone, let him do his thing, Leva Bates shushes him, and we're supposed to be on her side. None of it works.
Yeah.
No, I don't understand any of it, but hopefully... with the events of the regular show, we're out of Scorpio Sky singles matches.
I hope so. One of the events that happened next on Dark, I was very bummed about. Britt Baker joined commentary.
Yep.
Man, somebody needs to give her an upper or something, because she just is just very monotone and not excited at all to be there.
Yeah. I'm not excited that she was there either, so...
She just shares your sentiment?
Feelings mutual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's on commentary for the next match, which was Jurassic Express, Marco Stunt, Luchasaurus, going up against the Beaver Boys.
The Beaver
Alex Reynolds and the damn Raw Dog.
What's up, Raw Dog?
That's my guy.
Yeah,
I love
big
him.
Raw Dog fans here.
Yeah.
For sure.
You knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Jurassic Express got the win. Mm-hmm. 6 minutes, whatever.
The thing about Jurassic Express that I kind of thought about in this match is that with his injury, him coming back now, Luchasaurus is the least interesting member of that little faction.
You know what? And we'll talk about it too, about the match that happened on Dynamite. I don't know. He just looks off still.
He's not 100%.
No, but, you could tell he's still very gingerly on some stuff. Part of me wants to be like, dude, take it easy. Mm-hmm. If you got to rest. But I don't know.
But he's just a big dude that they overhype, and I'm much more interested in watching Jungle Boy and Marco do stuff, play that underdog role that the Young Bucks think they play every week.
So, next up, we had that feature with Big Swole taking the place of. I wonder if they stopped doing these. Hey, I'm Cody, and I'm gonna shit on
Cody
Vince.
Rhodes subtly buries the WWE.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. This is actually pretty good.
This one was good.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Except for the fact that they didn't have the time to proofread their on-screen graphics.
Dude.
And Big Swole got dig-nosed.
Oh, when you when I saw you put that out,
yeah,
and I forgot to comment on it last week. Cody talked about, I guess in an interview, how well of a production job they've been doing with Dark and stuff. And I was like, okay,
dig-nosed.
I'm like, are you you're so full of shit? Because I'm like, your matches are out of order. You're not fixing your commentary.
Yeah,
everything's edited to shit. If that's what you're talking about, we cut the matches so there's no botches. Okay, then that's fine.
It did achieve its thing. It made me, care for Big Swole. Good for her. I thought it was really weird that she just came back from a match and Kenny was like, "Hey, you have a contract." I was like, "That's not. You should probably get a lawyer to look over something."
Yeah, that was. I think it was more so just for the camera.
Yeah,
but still, it was
any handshake deals with anybody in wrestling in 2019. You know what I mean?
Hey, great match. You want a deal?
You get a what? You get into a handshake deal with someone in professional wrestling in 2019. 2 months later, you're doing a YouTube show with Teddy Hart. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
So you just don't.
That's a whole nother show that we could do.
You need paperwork. You need legal team. You got to look that stuff over.
That's just batshit crazy. There's crazy, and then there's that.
Yeah,
that's a whole new level. Oh my God!
All right, so main event of Dark. Speaking of a whole new level,
main event. Chucky back on commentary. Thank God.
Yep.
Kenny versus friend of the show, Kip Sabian.
Kip Sabian. Super bad. Who JR had a hell of a time with on the main show.
Oh, yes, he did. Wow.
Bad? He's just bad?
What
kind of bad is he?
Special phrase. This Kenny beat Kip again. It's there's no surprise. It's a dark match.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen.
Of course. Kenny Omega's king of AEW Dark.
Right? He was AEW Dark.
Crap on the main show.
No.
Except Wrestle Pac.
That's it. That's it. Part of me is I'm all right with it.
Yeah, me too. Here's the thing. I don't know. His stock's fallen in my book week to week, really.
I don't know if we had this conversation on air or off air. I don't remember because we talk about wrestling all the time.
All the time, yeah.
But it was look at Kenny in Japan. Mm-hmm. It's yo, that's the best. Love him or hate him, I don't know. That dude's talent is undeniable. Yeah. And he was most talked about wrestler outside of WWE, even within WWE. I feel they were still talking about Kenny.
Yeah. So I was never the biggest Kenny guy, you know that, but he was having really good matches. It took a lot for him. He had to build up a lot of goodwill in my soul for me to be all right, the dude is really good. And it's dropping off. Him on his own now, he's out there being goofy and weird, and I don't know. He don't do it for me. And also, he doesn't seem to be as innovative as he once made people think he was.
I'm with you on that. One of the things that in the match,
not that you have to be. I mean,
but when everybody's doing a Poison Rana on your show, do you remember when I used to get busted out in a match? You used to be holy shit, I can't believe they just did that. Now it's a transition.
I mean,
move.
The Canadian Destroyer / Code Red are transition moves.
I know, and it just makes me sad.
Yeah, it's weird. Wrestling's weird.
I don't want to be oh, those guys, they're crotchety old men.
Yeah.
I just turned 30. I don't know. That's just, it doesn't fucking... I don't know.
You don't want to call Kenny Omega a cosplay wrestler at a mud show?
No, I would never.
All right.
No, I'm not that much of a scumbag.
All right, fair enough.
Next up.
Yeah.
That's the end of Dark.
That's the end of Dark.
Let's get right into Dynamite.
Dynamite.
So, Jon Moxley
Yep.
versus one half of the Beaver Boys and Alex Reynolds.
Beaver Boys get a lot of work. Did they officially sign? Did they say that?
I think it's one of those, they have a deal.
Yeah.
You know, they have the deal. You can still do your indie shots, which for guys like that, that's cool.
More than happy.
We'll talk about like later. They're kind of like started something for them now. Moxley just comes in,
right off the bat. Yep,
done. Like, I think like it's like he shows up and the crowd just goes crazy. Yeah. Like that guy's like, I say it all the time, but like his pop is like undeniable. You know what I mean? Like it's just you like. It's like, no, that's the guy. Like, that is the guy. That is the guy who should be the face of your company.
Definitely, yeah. I don't know that he wants to be necessarily, but he needs to be.
Yeah, he's so good. Yeah. Even afterwards, Raw Dog, he ate the paradigm shift afterwards.
Yes, he did.
Oh God. Well, after the match. Inner Circle comes down. Jericho basically just kisses his ass pretty much, and says, "Hey, like, here's the shirt, brother.
Take your NWO shirt.
Yeah, here's your NWO shirt."
Spray paint Inner Circle on Raw Dog's back.
I was just waiting for him to like handshake Jericho, turn around and like hit him, and then rip it off and hit give them the self high five.
Ooh,
that's what I was waiting for.
All right, well,
because
they get an A.
That yes, so because that's basically what this story is right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it.
Maybe the Inner Circle will one day get into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Congratulations, Sean Waltman, first ever back-to-back inductee, by the way.
You know what? Congrats on that. How about next year, though, we put him in for the third time as a 1-2-3 kid?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Let's roll with that.
Let's do it. Make him first 3-time ever.
Either that or you could put an X Factor.
All right, that works.
Put in for their theme song alone.
Oh, God.
What? You don't... Try to look me in the eye and tell me you don't like Uncle Cracker? Is that what you're trying to do right now? Because I'll call you a fucking liar, my friend.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, I don't like Uncle Cracker.
You're such a liar.
No, I'm really not.
You're dealing with the X Factor.
Oh, my God. All right. Can we move on before I quit this show? For real?
All right. Well,
I don't have the connections that Joe has to call up all his fun, happy wrestling buddies to see if they want to be his new co-host.
Who would we call?
Oh, no.
Doug?
I guess. No.
We're going to do that one time.
Yeah.
All right, so...
I'd force Michelle to sit here.
Oh, that'd be so fun. I want that. Next match, we have Cody and QT Marshall.
Yes.
Going up against the debuting The Butcher and the Blade.
Yep.
Super excited for this.
Yeah.
Love Andy Williams. He's a goddamn powerhouse in the wrestling ring and on the guitar.
Handsome gentleman.
He really is. Well, during the intro of this, you had like Cody making his entrance and MJF with a little inset promo. Oh, it would have been nice, but I couldn't hear a fucking thing he was saying.
Yeah, it came on a little bit better when he first started talking. It didn't quite work.
Yeah.
But he was just like, oh, it's funny you thought they were picking your partner, but I hired them, so I picked your partner.
Yeah. LOL.
Yeah.
This went about 11 minutes.
Yep.
Butcher and the Blade got the win.
They did.
As kind of expected, I felt. I'll tell you what. How about QT Marshall during this match?
I'll tell you what, man. This is early contender for match of the show for me.
Yeah.
Really good match. QT went for it.
He just went for it, man.
He, at least halfway executed most of the things.
Dude,
that dive, he cleared that rope barely, but he got over
it. He like barrel rolled him. Like that would look like me trying to do that. I think.
He looked good. He really they told the story of a dude who was thrown into a match where he was clearly supposed to be the useless member.
Yeah.
And he went out there and he was willing to fight and he gave it his all and really helped and looked good. Surprisingly.
Yeah, I thought that he looked the best out of all of them coming out of it.
Yeah.
I really did. Like I was super impressed by it.
The expectations were the lowest and he really he crushed it. So
yeah. Yeah, he was awesome.
He was awesome. I agree. The other thing that I wanted to mention in the match is that JR said something about Andy. Well, it was his tattoos. JR had said he asked Excalibur if Andy Williams' tattoos were done in prison.
I laughed at that, and then I also laughed at, oh, his face reminds me of Ole Henderson.
Yeah, right.
I was like, damn, JR.
Yeah, so weird.
Let's just go for it.
He had a head of hair for a lot longer than Andy Williams did.
That is true, but you know what? Honestly, that's so cool seeing like that. Like for me personally, like I've listened to Every Time I Die since I was like a young teen. Mm-hmm. So seeing that and like I followed like his wrestling and stuff, and like seeing him on TV, I'm like, damn, that feels good.
He's a talented wrestler. I'm excited to see him. The Blade is seemingly good too, but Andy Williams is my guy. He's got the look. He's got the build of a wrestler I like. He just looks like a shit kicker.
Yeah, that's exactly what you like because he's a big barrel-chested heel.
My only complaint about this match is that, and it's probably JR's same complaint, is the ref counted a 7 count for the tag team interference. So the match ends with both Butcher and Blade in the ring at the same time, and they're hitting all these moves to get the pin, and the ref is like, counts to 5 and nobody leaves, and then he just like looks around because it's a 5 count for a tag out, and he's like, 6?
I didn't even pick up on that.
7?
No, did he really? Oh.
8, and JR's like, I guess he's giving him a 10 count. And then they just did the pin.
And like one of those cases where I'm like, yeah, JR's right. Like,
yeah, well, and JR goes, you can't win with your partner in there, and then he pins. He's like, oh, I guess you can. So weird little things they need to learn, but it was a really good match. I really liked it. It was a classic tag match, the way tag matches need to be. Built the anticipation, had the hot tags, had the dirty heel shit. QT Marshall hitting everything possibly can, hitting the tip of toe. The tip of toe, baby. Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Well, I liked afterwards what happened with Darby Allin coming out and picking Cody up off the ground.
Yep.
I thought that was cool. And then this is one of those things where if you had to follow on Twitter to see follow-up, Darby was pretty much like, hey, like, my first match, like, Cody, you and I, we went to a time limit draw, and, like, you didn't beat me up or run me down for it or anything. And he was like, I'm going to prove that, like, I'll have your back, and I think they're going to take on Butcher and the Blade again.
All right.
But he said, he goes...
Oh, my God. Darby Allin's going to murder himself by getting beat up by Andy Williams.
Yeah. Like, there was that, but then he's like, if we, like, you know, if I prove myself, he's like, I want that match again.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that's cool. Yeah. That match kicked ass, I thought.
It was good. We haven't seen Darby in a bit, so...
No, I was happy to see him back, because that guy's awesome. Next, we have MJF and the Wardlow arrive. It was just whatever.
I got a bunch of things. So
Holler, floor's yours, King.
Okay, so MJF. We've talked in the past how I like him. How I think he's funny. His heel stuff is funny. He does run the risk of getting overexposed, which I'm afraid what's happening to him at this point.
Yep.
He opens up this promo quoting Roddy Piper.
Yes, he did.
And then the next sentence, he quotes another wrestler that I don't know if you picked up on or not.
Oh, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because he says apropos. And that's now you're stealing words out of Mongo McMichael's mouth.
That don't mean you're digging around in the dirt with farm implements, baby.
That's right. And like I was watching, I'm like, I think I know who MJF reminds me of, but like, and it's blasphemous to say this, and it's not that he reminds me of this person, it's that he watched this person and is trying to do what this person did, unsuccessfully. And I'm not saying that MJF isn't good sometimes at what he does. I think watching him in this promo, he's trying his hardest to be Larry Sweeney.
Wow. Okay.
So maybe not. Maybe he's never seen Larry Sweeney. Who knows? But undersized, super cocky, like, you know, guy who just can cut a promo and talk. Sweeney's the best.
Absolutely.
MJF is nowhere near Sweeney. I don't want that to get out there that I'm saying that. I'm saying that MJF thinks what he's doing is Larry Sweeney.
Wow. I never
Yeah. There's just something about it. I can't really put my finger on it, but there was something that he said in there, and I was like, that's a little Sweeney light of him. And
so
just don't bother. Be your own thing. You're never going to be Larry Sweeney.
No, and you're definitely not. Sweet and Sour, that was one of the best.
Yep.
And that's like, I'll tell you what, if you're, you know, right about that, I think it's smart.
Yeah.
Because Sweeney
was the best.
He was one of the best that never got, like, I'm not going to say never got the exposure, because, he had Sweet and Sour and ROH, but I don't think they were on TV at the time and stuff. I mean, all of his classic stuff in Chikara, that guy, Texarkana champ, one of the best ever.
My finger's so far away from the pulse, I don't know if people still go back and watch that old Chikara stuff.
And that's what I was getting at.
I know that a lot of, obviously Sweeney is still super respected by a lot of people.
As he should.
From, Cassius Ohno through everybody that was in Chikara or saw him wrestle. I was there for a lot of those live things. I live watched him arm wrestle a small child before a show. The man was super talented. But something about this promo, I was like, MJF thinks he's being like that, and he just wasn't pulling it off. I think Sweeney was able to walk that balance of being cocky and a heel, but still loved. MJF can't really pull that off, I don't think. But either way, if you're going to copy him right. But if you don't do it right, just stop, because you're never going to be him. And my other little piece of advice for this promo is that somebody should buy Wardlow gloves for when he applies his self-tanner.
Yeah.
Them hands were orange.
Well, and one of the things, like, it didn't even really, well, I guess that's something to do with the promo, but, like, when MJF, like, called that grip or whatever into the ring, I'm like, dude, that guy's bigger than you.
Yep.
I'm like, that guy's the same size as Wardlow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just weird to me, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe Wardlow should have hit him, and then, like, I don't know.
Yeah. A little weird.
Yeah, really the whole basis of it, though, he announces that he's going to state what the stipulations are for him and Cody. The match is on January 1st, but the show on the episode of Dynamite on January 1st. Another thing, too, I was just like...
Are they pre-recording?
No.
Oh, okay.
Another thing I thought, like, which was kind of whatever, like the whole kiss the ring thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Cody was just doing that Ring of Honor. Like, literally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was just doing that. Like, year and a half, 2 years, like, whatever. He had the ring, and you kissed the ring. So I was like, okay, like, is it a play on that, or are you just trying to make, nobody watched that.
Right.
Anyway, moving on, we have a Dark Order video. We see one half of the Beaver Boys.
Yeah.
Alex Reynolds chilling
Beaver Boys getting a lot of play this
chilling
week.
in the hotel, sick of being a jobber. They kind of do like the whole like knocking on the TV, like, "Hey, Alex," and then Raw Dog just comes in and is like, "What's going on? Like, what's up, man?" So,
have they called him the Raw Dog yet?
No, and they're missing out.
Yeah, it's the Raw
I
Dog.
wish that they would let him like have promo time.
Yeah,
because he's money.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
Yep.
Next match, you had Big Swole up against Emi Sakura.
Yes.
Spent like 10 minutes, maybe a little bit over.
Yeah.
Big Swole gets the win.
She did. Probably her best match to date.
I thought it was her best.
It's Emi Sakura's fault, but it's Big Swole's best
yeah,
match.
and that's where I was at. I'm like, dude, like, I like Emi. I do, but like, I was never like, oh, like, yeah, well, like, But like last night, I was like, damn, Emi's awesome.
She's consistently come in that company and made her opponents look better.
Yeah.
That's her purpose there.
Yeah, so Big Swole, obviously, I think is going to be a piece they're going to try to push moving forward. That women's division is still just all over the damn place, which we'll talk about. They did a little thing with Pac and back saying he wants to beat up Omega. He wants his rubber match.
You don't want to talk about anything else that happened during that Big Swole match?
Like the James Brown thing?
Yeah. The James Brown thing.
We should do the James Brown thing last week, too. On Dark.
Oh, not her.
Who? Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
Tony Schiavone.
Okay. Yeah.
Doing his horrid James Brown impression 5 minutes after she did the James Brown thing in the ring.
Now, you call it horrid. I call it spectacular.
I'm glad he's having this much fun that Tony Schiavone in 2019 is like, I'm just off the cuff breaking out a James Brown impression. Yeah, he's like, I've never done James Brown impression before. I may not even know who James Brown is, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I love that aspect of it. But yeah, Tony with his James Brown impression.
You're right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was that
boy.
was pretty goddamn awesome.
Oh boy.
So next match you have Omega and the Hangman going up against Sean Spears and Kip Sabian.
Jan Spears.
Yes. So remember how like last week I was like, oh, if they kept all of his matches under like 4 minutes, I'd be happy. They didn't.
Nope.
Omega and Paige get the win.
Yeah, this match was just meh.
They did like some teasing with Paige because like they're stating Paige is no longer part of the Elite or whatever. He's still friends, but he's not in it anymore.
Yeah, he like tagged Kenny in and got the finish for himself and all that.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, is that like you're planting seeds of good old Turnski?
It's interesting that they're not really letting Paige work with anyone outside of their little circle of friends.
Yeah, they won't.
He worked Pac.
That's it.
Pac.
But like he's had how many tags with Kenny now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't trust him? Are they hiding his weaknesses the best they can and try and make a bigger star out of him?
Maybe, like, he had that match with Jericho, but... Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It's an interesting thing.
During the match, you had a lights out spot.
And I was like, oh my God, did this just become unsanctioned?
Well, when the lights came back on, Tully's tied to the chair.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's like one knot.
We'll use tied for prosperity's sake. And he's up there with Janela.
Yeah.
And you could have heard a rat piss on cotton.
What is that?
That's how quiet that crowd was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. I feel so bad because nobody gives a shit.
No.
Why is this still happening?
The only time they ever cared was when Spears messed up a chair shot.
That was it.
That was it.
I'm not even putting it all on Spears, though. I think
Spears is a mid-card at best WWE guy that's proven to be a lower card at best AEW guy.
Yeah, and I was laughing because I think somebody on commentary is like, oh, Spears, he's young and trying to find his footing, and somebody on Twitter's like, oh, dude's 40.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. The crowd's not into Janela.
No.
Not as much as I thought they'd be.
Janela, we've said things. I like Janela. We've gone to, you've gone to GCW shows. Janela on the indies, I think, is good. He's not the strongest worker in the world, but he makes up for it. And he's fun, and he's a better booker than he is anything. In AEW, he's wildly inconsistent. Is he crazy? Is he a badass? Is he a tough guy? It's so weird. And I thought they were going somewhere else with during the Battle Royal when he came out and interfered there, and all that. And then they dropped it for a week, and nothing happened. And totally put the cigarette out on his tongue, all this stuff. And then they drop it, and now they're back to it. And I just, then Janela put out that tweet about not liking his push, he's not showing up, and whether that's a work or not. If it's on Twitter, it was probably a work. But man, he's just too inconsistent. I think he suffers from what a lot of people in AEW suffer from, with the fact that they have these ideas, but they don't have anybody to sort of bounce around with the ideas with. So it just comes out through whatever they want to do. And some people have said that about AEW, how they can just do whatever they want. They're allowed to just do any idea they want. Their creative is completely up to them, and that's a terrible idea. It's just some people aren't good at it. Some people aren't meant to be the creative type. And I think Janela suffers from that. I think he's too inconsistent. He doesn't know what he wants to be.
Yeah, and I'm not putting it all on the workers. I definitely think I don't even know who has the book. I guess everybody has the book.
I don't know. They need a larger creative center.
Yeah,
as a company.
I don't know if they're failing these guys that way or whatnot, but honestly, when the lights came on and it was just so just nobody cared. Mm-hmm. I didn't care. Oh God, it sucks too because I do like Janela, but it's that it's just it's one of those like Jimmy Havoc things I feel right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I mentioned before with, and I say this obviously half jokingly, but does Tony Khan have a little buyer's remorse? Because I don't know how much these dudes are getting paid. Mm-hmm. I assume they're probably getting paid a lot because Janela was the guy on the indies when he signed.
Yeah.
Outside of Nick Gage.
Yeah.
So, that's going to go somewhere, I guess. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't think maybe you just said Janela can't be Janela in AEW.
No, and
maybe that's the bigger problem.
Yeah, and I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Speaking about problems in AEW, We had a Brandy Rhodes promo.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, at least she called out Riho for not being there, so clearly she listens to the show.
I did laugh, though, when she was like, what would AEW be without me?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. We don't
10% more entertaining.
2 goth stables? Like, and then she, like, kissed that bald guy in the head, but...
I thought it was Dustin at first.
I did, too.
And I was like, oh, wait, no, it's not.
But then she's like, ooh, not yet.
I wonder who it is. Are we going to know who it is?
I don't know, but we're going to have a lot of silence, I feel, when the reveal comes.
Yep. Unless it's Kevin Sullivan.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine if it is?
That'd be great.
Oh, my God.
That's my dude.
Sullivan, I'm coming for you.
That dude was too big for Kevin Sullivan.
Sullivan, I'm coming through the Black Forest.
Kevin Sullivan's 5'2".
Damn right he is. I love the Taskmaster.
I love Kevin Sullivan,
100%. Next match is about to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho and Jake, I like to bully 16-year-olds on Twitter, Hager,
oh my God,
come out and replace Excalibur and Schiavone.
Sometimes these wrestlers like to take the professional wrestlers are shitty people and just push that. They're just like, oh, I'm shocked the wrestler's shitty, and they're like, oh, hold on, brother.
Yeah,
we can rise up on that one there.
Like between that and the Big Cass tweet that he deleted threatening to kill Janela this week again.
Oh, he's back on that.
Oh yeah, he put one out there and then he deleted it. He's like, and then he tweeted, oh, "It's a work."
Well, that's sad. Like clearly, Cass, and this is a complete sidebar, but like clearly, Cass is having some struggles.
Obviously,
he had that seizure at that show. His health, and now clearly his mental health is also an issue, and it's scary.
Well, it was one of those things where Janela saw it and he even tweeted. He's just like, no, it's like this isn't a work. Like, you're a piece of shit. Basically, he's like, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, you're full of shit. Yeah. So, anyway, next match you had Luchasaurus and Sammy Guevara.
Yep.
Luchasaurus went over.
This whole match was just for the aftermatch shenanigans.
That's literally all it was.
The whole point.
It was just to help to build Jungle Boy Jericho next week.
Jericho stressed is not for the title.
Yeah, I saw again on Twitter, and I hate to keep going to Twitter, but somebody called them out. They're like, "What the fuck is this ranking shit?"
Yeah,
and Jericho's like, "I'll do what I want." Cody's like, "Oh yeah, it's not for the title." Like,
there you go.
So there it is.
Yeah, because they're not on the same page. They're just doing whatever the hell they want to do.
Yeah, they stressed okay, Jungle Boy did the pin on Jericho. Marco counted to 3. All right, whatever.
Good on Jericho making the kid look good.
Yeah, I think so too. It's good. It's cool. He wants to work with the younger talent.
I wonder if they're gonna do the, Jericho gets the win at 9 minutes and 58 seconds, or if Jericho's just gonna beat the pants off the kid.
There's gonna be something with Moxley.
Yeah, you think so?
I think it's gonna be maybe gets the win post match, and then Moxley just comes out and here's your answer. Boom, Death Riders, Paradigm Shift, Dirty Deeds, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
And the thing is, if it's not for the title, then what the fuck's the point? What's the stipulation of 10 minutes for?
Yeah, I think it was because Jericho said in his contract he had to wrestle 10 matches. So I think it was I could be in 10 minutes.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching here.
Whatever.
But we did find out the date that Moxley is going to win the AEW title.
100%. He's winning the title.
That is February 29th. Yeah. That is the next pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, why
is that Leap Day?
It is, yeah.
All right.
Which it's, why did they call it Lethal Leap Year?
I don't know.
Why are we going back to Chicago already?
Well, they did say it's part of the Comic-Con there, and that is a huge Comic-Con.
What is it, C2E2?
Okay. And it's huge.
Makes sense.
A huge pop culture event.
Okay, that makes sense. Then.
I get it. I mean, I don't think it excuses it. I think you need to get out of Chicago, start going to other places. But that gives them a built-in pay-per-view
That
audience.
makes sense then. Okay. All right. I'm cool with that. It's just called the name of the pay-per-view is called Revolution.
Revolution. They better name all their pay-per-views real soon because Vince has been.
I saw that
whole list.
Yeah, dude. It's bad when Vince even went to copyright Greed and Sin.
Yeah.
Which I love those shows. that will be my solo podcast when I talk about early 2000s WCW,
which is a direct precursor to Brett's Depression. So it works out.
Welcome. It's the lead-in. They announced for next week Pac and Omega against the Lucha Brothers.
Okay.
Then Jericho, Jungle Boy, Mm-hmm. And one that I kind of scratched my head at, Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander in a number one contenders match.
Yeah, that's weird.
What the hell happened to Hikaru Shida being the number one contender?
Well, I mean, she's ranked number one. I'm wondering maybe that she'll get her title match, and then they'll be the next in line after that. I don't know. The way they've been doing these things, it doesn't make any sense. They've never called someone who's number one in the rankings the number one contender. They've just been the number one ranked. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, Statlander is obviously gonna beat Britt.
You would think, like, part of it, though, I don't want it to be like, ooh, shiny new toy.
Yeah.
Because, like, hey, that toy you have over there,
Yeah,
Hikaru Shida, she's still really new.
Shida should win
and
that
good.
belt.
Like,
from Riho. Shida deserves it. She's the best. She was there in the crowd, like, they're like showing her there, tweeting about it. She does a ton of stuff on social media. She deserves to hold that belt. So
yeah, and I love Statlander.
Yeah,
I really do.
Well, give me Shida Statlander again.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Give me that. That's fine. Give Shida the belt.
Like, what did Britt Baker do to get a number one contenders match? Like, nothing.
Have Shida win the belt, and then at the pay-per-view, have Shida Statlander.
I'd be cool. Oh, God, I'd be fucking all about that. Main event time.
Yep.
Texas Street Fight. Mm-hmm. The Bucks against Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question before we get into this about this match?
Ask away.
Why is this match not unsanctioned? What are the rules for having an unsanctioned match?
Don't know.
This is a violent match. This is no DQ. Yeah. People can get hurt.
Don't know.
Why is this? I mean, I know why it's sanctioned. It's sanctioned because the Young Bucks are in it and they're the EVPs. Yeah. But, like...
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. All right. I was just wondering.
Yeah. All right. I'll get into it. Bucks won 14 minutes in. I didn't give a shit about this.
No. Hey, my phone.
Oh.
So here's the things I'm gonna say. One, can you take a guess as to how you can make me hate the Young Bucks more?
They put on a Dallas Cowboys
helmet. Put them in a Dallas Cowboys helmet.
Same.
Take people I don't like, make me hate them even more.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Second, I'm going to ask you this question, see if you agree with me also, because I like this little game we're playing.
Okay.
Who had the best bump of the match?
Was it Rick Knox?
It was Rick Knox.
It was Rick Knox. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I was like racking my brain and I was like, oh yeah, he took that cool bump on the outside.
All the stuff they did, all the stuff they threw at each other, all the nonsense they did, which ended up not really making sense, not being a good match, was not a very good street fight, in my opinion. The referee is the shining moment in this match.
Yeah. Here's a problem that I have with this. I guess, oh man, I don't want to sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but like, why the fuck are we just putting people through tables for the sake of it?
Yep.
And then we're just getting right back up? I hated that. I hated it right from the beginning when they threw the one off the stage. He landed on two people. Like I had to do a flip off the stage, of course. But then I was like, okay, like a minute and a half later, he's up fighting again. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like why? Why are we landing on the apron and doing a flip bump off through a table?
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the Bucks.
Yeah.
Santana did it too. And I was just like, this it just looks stupid.
It's just not people like that, I guess. It's not the kind of wrestling I like. It never will be. I'll tell you, my bigger problem, and it's still also with the Bucks, is that every match they come out and they wrestle as the underdog, right? They try to act like they're the underdog, like they're not the super worldwide accomplished tag team that they are.
Yeah.
Whether I like them or not, super highly accomplished, well regarded around the world for whatever reason.
Arguably, current wrestlers, everybody's talking. This is the end of the decade. Probably the most talked about tag team in the decade.
So they come out, they wrestle as underdogs constantly, every match. And, not only does it not work because we know where they've been and what they've done, they're also EVPs of this company.
Yeah. So,
they win this match and they get the title shot next week. Yes. I'm like, of course they do. Because they couldn't wait any longer to get into that conversation.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I like Santana Ortiz. This is probably the first time those guys have really disappointed me.
Yeah, and I just thought, I'm like, man, It's a street fight, dude. Like, I've talked about it before. Like, street fights, like, I want just punches, and kicks.
Jeans, wife beater, your hands taped up.
Yeah.
And you're just punching
fucking
people.
Chin locks. Like, just, you're beating each other up.
Yep.
You're not doing wrestling
moves.
moves.
The back windshield of Jim Cornette's car.
Like, I love you for that. Like, you're not like, I don't know, street fights, like, it's not, hey, let's do a fucking, the more bang for your buck.
It's not
like,
the same match you've been having with a table in the middle.
Yeah, like, that's all it is.
It's a different kind of match.
Yeah, like street fights are supposed to be brutal.
A different kind of match, that's why.
Yeah.
They can only do that one match.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. Honestly, it did nothing for me.
No.
Post-match, Bucks, SCU, had their little face-off, because that is for the tag titles next week.
It is.
Yeah. So, you want to move on to the other show?
Let's go NXT.
Let's do it.
I'm good. I'm done with AEW.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
Not AEW already. NXT. Open up with a little video package again, just recapping all the happenings.
Yep.
But we do kick it off. First match, Cruiserweight title match.
Yes.
Leo Rush versus Angel Garza, that handsome son of a bitch.
Yes.
We got a new champ.
We did.
Brother.
Super happy about it. This was a show that I watched live due to what you described as a virtual coin toss. I don't know what that is.
Oh, I'll show you. Okay. It was a legit virtual coin toss.
Okay, weird.
Right.
Yeah. Garza wins this match, a rematch of sorts.
Yeah, it was.
They claim Garza beat Nese on 205 to Tony Nese. Is that what he beat? I think
sure,
they said.
if you could tell me that, I'll
that's
believe
what
it.
They said. But good. Really good match. Kind of the opposite of what the Bucks and Santana and Ortiz just did. These two guys having the heat and the storyline they've been in with the slapping and the going after the girlfriend, all that kind of stuff. These dudes just brawled for a lot of this match.
A lot of,
the emotion was there where like wrestling moves don't matter. I need to beat the shit out of you.
Exactly. And that's why.
And these guys are tiny little cruiserweights doing it. So
yeah, they just came out guns blazing. Like you said, like they looked like they actually wanted to fight each other.
Yes.
You know, like, and it was awesome.
Yeah. This is what happens in feuds.
Yeah, like it's like fucking thank you. Oh, I'm so happy with you right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Angel Garza, new champ. I'm all about it. I thought it was just awesome.
Yep.
Balls to the wall start.
So the pants spot was really clever.
Yeah,
Garza
right?
does the thing where he rips off his pants halfway through the match, and he kept playing with him during the match. He goes to beg off, kind of, or not beg off, but get out of the ring away from Leo. Leo tries to grab him for the pin and tears his pants off, and he escapes. My only problem with this whole match is Morrow.
What did he do now?
They hit the Spanish Fly.
Okay.
And he called it the Avalanche Spanish Fly.
Ew.
The Spanish Fly is from the top rope.
It's the SAT?
It is originally, although guys do now do it standing.
Yeah, they do.
It's from the top rope. Not everything that happens on the top rope needs to have Avalanche in front of it. And that was like, oh, Morrow. You're trying to force these puns, and like again, I think actively at this point trying to drown out the other people on that table with him. Like,
are you siding with Corey Graves now?
No, I'm not, because I don't work with Morrow. I don't like Morrow, but man, he worked overtime on this show to like be extra loud. I felt
he does every week.
Yeah, I thought this time was worse. I thought this was really worse.
I used to pick up on all the dumb shit he said.
Yeah.
But I think I try to do my best to tune him out. Because,
he was like chaining references and puns together. And I was just like, oh my God.
He's terrible. I mean,
he's really bad.
He's terrible. Again, happy that he's there.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, they like him. Of course, I don't want anybody to pick on him.
No, of course not.
We're reviewing shows. But yeah, and like I even got the feeling a little bit that like Beth and Nigel were kind of like waiting for him to finish now. Like they're done pushing him around. Maybe they're afraid because of his mental state. They don't want to push him too hard because he's back and they want him to get back to where he needs to be. Well, I understand that, but even they've been a little cautious now with sort of trying to get in there because he's overpowering.
Yeah, and I understand that.
I wouldn't even have that big of a problem with him being loud the way he is if he wasn't incorrect so many times.
Well, there's that part of it too. You're right about that.
But anyway, really great match.
Oh, it was awesome.
Not an actual problem.
No.
Killer match.
Yeah, it kicked ass. Yeah. I'm excited Garza has the belt.
Yes.
I can't wait to see what he does with it. Because I feel like he's like one of those guys where I'm like, man, like a year from now, like I could see him being the champ. Yes. I really could.
And then he, after match, proposed to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So good for him. Congratulations.
During the break it happened. Proposed. Congrats. That's awesome.
Yep.
Before that happened, just video packages galore. Apparently there's something with Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler saying there's going to be something on the network called Prime Target. I don't know what the hell it is.
Okay.
I guess I'll take a gander at it next Tuesday and see what it is.
Pay attention to this because I was like, oh, this is we're gonna humanize Shayna Baszler segment, where she's like working on her car, and I'm like, that's great, good for her. I like her. I don't need this segment. I like her already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't need your little.
I'm with you on that.
Slice of humanity segments.
Yeah.
Just let her punch people.
Next match you had the DJ special. I like to call this one.
Oh, believe me, I was excited about this match
because we had Raul the Line Mendoza.
The Line Mendoza
going up against Greasy
Grimes.
Cameron Grimes.
Yep.
It literally went a minute.
Was that it?
It went 1 minute.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Because Kushida came out, did the whole distracted thing. Mendoza
and they botched the finish, and then they redid it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They certainly did. Mm-hmm. Raul Mendoza got the win, and Kushida has a new hat.
He's a dirty hat thief is what he is. I'm not saying he's dirty. I'm saying the hat is dirty, and he stole a dirty hat.
Yeah, he has the hat now.
Yeah.
Blood feud.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I kicked it off right there.
The only real thing that can happen now is that Grimes has to replace his what I'm assuming is some sort of carny human leather vest that he wears with Kushida's red puffy vest.
Oh my god, dude.
They should just steal pieces of each other's gear until when they finally wrestle each other, they're each wearing the other person's complete gear.
So I have an idea for the next takeover.
Okay.
We need a Judy Bagwell on a pole match.
Okay.
Her holding the hat and the orange bubble vest.
All right.
Book it now, and I'll buy it.
Great.
I'm ready for it.
See, I want Kushida to join the circus, wear the vest and the shorty tights with the hat, and I want Grimes to come out to the ring in the DeLorean.
And also
in jeans, the bubble vest, the Marty McFly sunglasses, and then where's Christopher Lloyd? Drag him out.
Or you could just have what's his face last year at Wrestle Kingdom. He wore the mask. Oh god, Taguchi. Remember how creepy that was?
Yep, I do. Yeah, weird. Yeah.
So
anyway,
yeah,
excited. Mendoza to me is an underutilized guy.
Oh, I've been saying that. Yeah,
so,
he's. I would like to see him and Garza having program together. That'd be kick ass. Next matchup, we have a little Worlds Collide preview. Of Jackson Riker.
Yep.
Going up against the Kiwi Buzzsaw. Travis Banks, which I'm going to put my money on this and say, this is the first time you've seen this gentleman.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Of course. This is only the second time I've seen him. So I saw you had a match with Jordan Devlin or something on a... Which, again, you have no idea. That's a name.
I have no idea. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you had a match with Peter blah 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 the other day, and it was great.
I thought you said Peter Cottontail.
Yes, Peter Cottontail.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, you're just making up names. There's no proof that this guy wrestled in any other matches other than this one.
Peter Dunn.
Peter Dunn. Yes.
So this went 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. Travis Banks got the win.
He also got busted open.
He got his eyebrow busted open for good measure.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Riker's a scary looking dude, man. He's got a good look. Yeah, he's got a good look. He hits hard. It's a shame that he's on the Forgotten Sons.
He looks like he eats steroids.
Yeah, he really does. He's a scary dude.
Yeah,
for real.
I'd be fucking terrified of that guy.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Mia Yim going up against Dakota Kai.
Darkness Dakota Kai, as I've named her. I like giving people nicknames.
Her name is Darkness?
Darkness Dakota Kai.
You're not going to call her Darth Kai or
No, because I'm thinking Darkness Crabtree, Darkness Dragon.
Okay.
Darkness Dakota. Yeah.
The Darkness.
She's great. The Dark Charlie Murphy.
Well, imagine if she came out to a little thing called Love. Why can't I think of the name of it? Yeah,
I believe in a thing called Love.
Yeah. That would be a new one.
Yeah. Or their other hit, Get Your Hands Off of My Woman, Motherfucker.
Boy, we're using that word hit real loosely.
All right, I own that record.
Oh, good. You're one of 5. So, this match.
I know we were gonna hate on the darkness tonight. Whatever.
I'm shooting, brother. So Dakota got the win.
She did.
It was like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Match was like a lot of fun because again, it was like, hey, we hate each other.
Yep.
Let's just. They look like they're trying to actually beat each other up.
I love Dakota's look now. I love the big hair. I love the gear.
She looks awesome.
She looks great.
Yeah.
Like it's really it works really well for her. Sometimes making a switch, face to heel, doesn't work for everybody. Not everybody can pull it off. She's really pulling this off. I like it a lot. Her moveset has changed. Like she's doing a lot of good heel stuff. She's doing quad kicks, which immediately gets my approval. Probably could have been a shorter match. While I did like it, they could have got what they needed to get in a little shorter.
I'm with you. I'm with you, but I also look at it this way.
Yeah.
The 2 matches before it were sub 3 minutes.
That's true. That is true.
Like this was like, okay, like let's just have them beat each other up for a while.
It's not that I didn't like it. I'm the same way if you ever talk to me about movies. There's always stuff you can leave on the cutting room floor. Wrestling, and I think about this all the time while I'm watching it, I was thinking about it a lot this week, is that the art of the 6-minute match is kind of gone.
Yeah.
Even though we just had like a 3-minute match, it's not a complete match. Wrestlers used to do 6-minute complete matches.
Oh yeah.
And it was storytelling, and there was heat, and there was shine, and it would get stuff done. Everybody get their shit in, and they'd go.
Well, we've already seen stuff like look at like Swole Roddy.
Yeah.
Those guys there was like a 6-7 minutes.
Yeah.
And they just went all out.
So not that I didn't like it, I just I lament the loss of the art of the 6-minute match, as it were.
So in the post match,
yes,
this is where shit got turned up another level.
And I was initially mad at this.
Were you really?
I was.
Oh, dude.
Because the face jumped the heel.
I look at it as
me as a badass. She's not really a face.
But on paper she's a face, but she also has a reason.
Yeah.
And I could see okay, you're mad because you didn't get pinned one, it was a cradle, and you got caught. So it's like, okay, you're mad at the opponent, you're mad at yourself, and emotions spilled over. That's all.
I get it. I understand the explanation for it. Again, I being the old wrestling fan that I am and the cranky asshole that I am, I'm like, oh, the face should be better than that. But it's okay because we got the Saito suplex.
Boy, did we ever.
It's okay for us. It's not necessarily okay for Dakota.
Dude, so, all right, they brawl through the crowd. They go up to the little platform where all, the production stuff is. And Mia hits a Saito suplex off this platform. Intended to go through 2 tables.
It was supposed to go through 2. She didn't make it.
Went through 1, and Dakota's head...
Did the second one even break?
No, because it looked like Dakota's head hit the angle on the table, when you're trying to crack an egg.
Yeah.
Dude, because I watched this second, and I immediately texted you. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
That was dangerous.
It is. I love a good Saito suplex. It's great.
Oh, my God. I felt terrible for Kai. When they were, going in the back, you could see there was blood on the floor.
Yeah. She got some staples.
She had to get 8 staples. I'm happy that's it. Because, dude, that was scary. Mm-hmm. That was part of me wants to be like, hey, if you're falling off a platform, don't go backwards. Look where you're going. Because, oh, God, that was rough.
Yeah.
Still, though, again, I'll tell you what, man, the women's division is just killing it.
NXT women's division still.
It's there's going to be a little bit of a letdown. No, you have shit like this. It's no, this is again. And I use the term blood feuds because I think of old blood feuds.
Sure.
But we're going to take this minus blood, even though they both bled, but still it was hard way.
Got to end it in a cage. It's the only way to end a blood feud.
I'm about it. Count me the fuck in. Next match we have Breezango going up against the Singh brothers.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Singh brothers work?
Yeah.
Okay, you have seen them work because I know we saw them when they were with Jinder.
Yeah, not since I've seen them in their rockers gear, but not wrestle in it. But I've seen them work before.
Okay. I mean, they're not that good.
No, this match felt the most not NXT match that we've seen.
I agree with that.
In a bunch of weeks.
100%.
I was happy to see Breezango. They came out as doctors, and I've mentioned in the past I like that they come out in a new uniform every time. I think it's very funny. But then the Singh brothers come out, and it's just ooh, this just feels like low card main roster dark match.
It screams Vince McMahon,
and I don't need it in my NXT. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No. I'll tell you what, dude.
There's also no reason for it.
No. Well, Breezango got the win.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Fandango, that guy looks awesome lately. Like, I know like they're like smaller guys, but he looked like a fucking machine last night. Like, he had that sick apron bomb.
Yeah.
Then like that.
Oh, it was gross.
Yeah. Then with that like springboard elbow to the outside. Like, he was like a powerhouse.
Well, and Breezango can have NXT matches. Both those guys came out of there.
Yeah.
And the Singh brothers, were they in NXT? Do we know briefly before they got called up?
I think they did like the Cruiserweight Classic, but then they went to. I remember they were the first ever match on 205 Live.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember watching it and I just went, well, this is dead in the water already.
Yeah. But yeah, it didn't feel like NXT. It just had no point to me. Felt too main rostery, like you said, too Vincey.
Yeah.
So yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah. Next up, you had Bianca Belair,
my girl,
going up against
favorite,
Caden Carter,
rising in the ranks of one of my favorites. For
sure. This was a glorified squash again.
It shouldn't have been.
I feel like okay, so like I just said, like okay, the women continue to kill it, like Mia and Dakota. Obviously, had the whole Shayna Rhea thing. So I do understand you are going to have those times where it's like, we don't know what to do with you right now. Like we just want you to keep you visible.
Yeah,
which is what they're doing with Bianca.
Yes, but here's my thing about it. Two wrestlers can come out of a match looking strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's another thing. I just was talking about the loss of the art of the 6-minute match. The other thing is that people don't understand that you can lose a match and still look strong. You don't have to. If you want someone to look really strong, it doesn't have to be a squash.
Yeah.
And Belair is super talented. Kaden seems to be super talented. We've seen her a few times.
Yeah, she looks good so far. Yeah.
So like, let them go. Let them, let Bianca be the dominant one, but let's give Caden Carter a little bit to show what she can do, and let her come out strong too. You can lose a match and still rise up in the ranks a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know why it was a squash. I mean, I know why it was a squash, but it didn't need to be. It shouldn't have been. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Main event time.
Main event.
Triple threat match, number one contender for next week's episode of NXT.
Yeah.
You had Finn Balor, Keith Lee, and Tommaso Ciampa. So this went like 18 minutes. Boy, was I kind of surprised at the winner of this, because it was Mr. Finn Balor.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I thought they
were.
I thought they were going to go Keith Lee.
I had figured that WWE was going to go whole hog on Finn Balor the whole time. So, who else would it be?
I mean, he is the total package of this generation.
100%. I saw this going in hoping. I didn't think it was going to be Lee, because while Lee has the rocket ship strapped to him, I don't think he's quite there yet. Ciampa, clearly he's going for Goldie. But, he's a little more fun to watch on the chase kind of thing, I think. And then I was watching it, and I was like getting on the match, and then the match, I'm like, whole hog, all in on Finn Balor. So,
yeah.
That's what they did, and it's fine. Balor Cole's a match. You didn't bring Balor down from the main roster, hype him up as the first Universal Champion to not get him a title shot or to hold that belt again.
And I agree with you on that. It kind of screams like, when is Gargano going to strike?
Yeah.
Like,
that's true.
Because next week is their last show of the year.
Yeah.
They're off until January 8th.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, like, maybe strikes at the end of the episode.
Could be.
I don't know. I look forward with it. The match itself, though, kicked ass.
Yeah, it was good.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. I know people were online bitching that Keith Lee took the pin. Yeah. But I was just like, guys.
We were watching Lee's ascension to the main event. He was wrestling two guys that were already there. So.
Yeah, there's still obviously big plans for that dude.
Yeah, of course.
I'm kind of with you. I'd like to see him and Roddy feud over the North American title.
Definitely.
I think that'd be pretty cool because they're going to have killer matches. Yeah. Next week we are going to get Balor, Cole for the NXT title.
And the long and the short of it is just that's the better match right now.
It definitely is. It's going to get more eyes on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because next week is like the big week. Like it's the end of the year shows for each program, we'll say.
Yeah.
So they're going to be fighting for viewers.
Yeah.
Also next week, Rhea versus Shayna.
Yeah.
That's another. I would not be surprised if next week is like a 2-match card.
Yeah.
Just those 2 matches.
Maybe.
I think it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do find myself like TV wrestling is so much different for me than like sitting down and like watching something.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy it as much.
Okay.
Because I just like I'm talking about like the actual match portion.
Yeah.
Like commercials, just like I don't know. It's like
take you right out of it.
Takes you out of it. It really does.
Well, especially their commercial spots have been very weirdly placed through both companies.
Well, last night, and that's
happened at good spots.
That's what I wanted to bring up. There was like I forget the spot it was going to, but it was like a big move off the top rope or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, why are we going to commercial right now? Like, I thought AEW did a much better this week than they did last week.
I forgot to bring it up because last week I talked about how much JR loved calling to the screen and screen.
Yeah.
He kept screwing that up this week.
He did, yeah.
He kept going, we'll be right back. Oh, wait, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And he was, again, super excited that they weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But he kept messing that up. Question about the main event on NXT, though.
Yes.
They're outside. Balor circles around the ring and pushes whoever into the guardrail. Who are those 3 dudes that, like, bumped?
Just plants.
Were they?
Yeah. Because you know what? They were, if you watched the, obviously you did, the spot with Dakota and why do I want to keep saying Shayna, but Mia Yim. Mm-hmm. There were 3 guys standing right by the tables. Okay, too. So
right. I was like, "What's with these dudes? Why
I'm just guessing they're just trainees."
Okay. I actually went back. I was like, "Am I supposed to know these guys?" I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that was the end of.
That's it.
NXT.
That's 2 shows in. We're done.
Yeah.
2.5. Dark one counts half a show.
So I'm going to ask you the lovely question that we ask every week.
Mm-hmm.
I want your match from each show.
Okay.
Your overall match of the night, and which program you liked better.
All right. So we talked AEW first, so I'll give you my match of theirs first. Match of the show for Dynamite, Cody and QT versus Butcher and Blade. I've said on the show before, my favorite kind of wrestling is tag wrestling. This was a really good tag match. It told the story. It had everything it needed to have. QT Marshall went all out and really went out there to show that he wasn't some guy that just gets thrown in this match with Cody. So it was cool. It was good. And, I mean, honestly, easily the best match on that show.
Yeah.
Match of NXT, no surprise, is Garza, Lio Rush. We've liked Garza pretty much since the first time we saw him. Lio back has been looking phenomenal. Glad that Garza has the title. I'm sure there'll be rematches. I'm sure they'll keep that program going for a bit. So that one, again, better match on that show. My match of the night over everything would also be Garza Lio Rush. It's just good. It was told a story right from the start with them brawling and all that stuff. It was just what it needed to be. Was really great. They did a lot of stuff. There wasn't any wrestling moves left to do after those guys.
No.
They did everything. They kicked out of everything.
They got their
which I
proverbial
usually
shit
don't
in.
like, but they got all of their shit in. They got their shit in and everybody else's shit in. Maybe that's why AEW was the lesser show this week, because those guys did all the moves. Show of the night's NXT, which puts me at 7-4, I believe. That's 11.
Yeah, I was counting it out on the figures because I'm not good at math.
7-4 for me. I was 6-4 last week, given the nod to AEW. So yeah, NXT once again reclaims the spot in my heart. What about you, sir? Match, and show.
Ditto.
All right.
I don't think it was that hard to like. I don't know. Garza Leo fucking kicked ass.
Yeah, I mean, it was
really so good.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Again, I was super excited for Butcher and the Blade.
Mm-hmm.
QT Marshall came out of nowhere with his performance he put in. Kudos to that guy. I hope more people will go back and watch some Butcher and Blade stuff from Beyond and stuff like that, because they have had some killer matches. If you get a chance, go watch Andy Williams versus Chris Dickinson from Bloodsport back in April. Mm-hmm. Do yourself a damn favor, because that's just hoss shit. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's the same. NXT, just they're still building story.
Yes.
Who knows what's going to happen because next week is the last show of the year for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the last show of the year for AEW too, technically, but NXT is going to be off for 2 weeks.
Really, 2 weeks?
Yeah, because they don't have a match on or show on Christmas or New Year's Day.
And AEW does.
AEW has a show on New Year's Day. That's
AEW will win the ratings that week.
Well, I think so. Speaking of ratings, what did we have this week? Oh yeah, by the way, I'm what am I? 6-5 for NXT.
Yes. Well, to reference a legend in the wrestling industry, a man with phenomenal teeth, Bill Alfonso.
Wow.
Ratings are right down the middle, Daddy. We had a tie somehow.
Yeah, how the
Weird.
fuck?
I don't know. You would think there'd be like one extra person or something.
Yeah.
But the ratings apparently are 778,000 to 778,000. You know.
Sure.
It's a split. NXT's rising up though. I mean, they're coming back. They beat them, then they lost again, and now they're tied. Again, we're seeing the ratings we talked about last week. They're starting to. Clearly they're balancing out.
Yeah.
I
immediately saw like online whoever put out the tweet about the whole whatever.
Yeah.
Immediately people start talking about the demos. Listen, I know how demos work and all that shit, but like immediately like, oh well, AEW beat him in the demo, so AEW wins. Mm-hmm. It's like, guys, fucking chill out.
It's a push.
Just stop. This whole like loyalty to one thing, man, just like Wednesday nights have been kick ass for wrestling. Like since we've been doing this, is 11 weeks of these two. Mm-hmm. There's been more good shows than there's not been.
It's true.
Have both companies put out some stinkers?
Yeah,
absolutely they have.
I would say NXT still has the worst show.
I agree.
3 weeks in, that was a terrible.
Yeah, that was really
show.
bad.
It was awful.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm super pumped still about wrestling on Wednesday nights.
AEW I think has some work to do. I think they'll be losing some viewers at risk because last week stunk. And this week had like maybe 2 good matches on it.
Yeah, this week I'll tell you what, the in-ring was not good.
Not great. So, NXT's been relatively consistent, although NXT did stink last week as well. But they had a big comeback this week. It was a good wrestling show.
I'm with you on that 100%.
But yeah, that's the thing. We used to run down the demos. I don't care. I don't know that it's that important.
No.
I'm sure it's important to them. But I don't work for Nielsen. I'm not in any front office. I'm just looking numbers to numbers. People watching it, the people watching
same.
it.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. That's a tie. We'll see where they go next week with the big send-off.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for next week's.
Yeah.
I think I'm looking forward to NXT more.
They're going to have to do more. If it's 2 weeks off, they're going to have to leave us wanting, be able to,
and that's why I'm kind of like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Like, what cliffhanger are we going to end on?
AEW has...
They're only going to have one show off, and then January 1st going unopposed.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yep.
That's big for them. I mean, that's big for AEW to even be doing that because that's a big college football day. New Year's Day, it just is, Yep. I mean, I'll still watch AEW,
sure.
but...
Well, you have to. You're legally obligated to record Hump Day Wrestling. So
now that we're going to be Hump Day Wrestling, what else can we talk about?
I have no idea.
Like, we're not going to get into, like, any of those, like, weird, like, hey, you, like, pay for these videos to watch, like, that type of wrestling stuff, are we?
What's that? I don't know what that is.
I'll show you some stuff later.
I don't know that I want to look.
Let me get Doug on the horn.
We're gonna exclusively cover Teddy Hart's social media.
Oh God.
We're going to cover the shows we're covering currently. We're gonna cover. Well, isn't Beyond on Wednesdays?
No, they're Thursdays.
Oh, Thursdays. All right, so that doesn't count either. I don't know.
We could talk about how Ring of Honor's final battle is this weekend.
Yeah, I don't care.
Me neither.
All right, good.
What about CZW Cage of Death?
CZW's still a company?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, good for them. But that's it. I ain't got nothing.
Nah, man, me neither.
Those are the shows.
Dems is the shows.
That's it,
my friend.
I feel like I wanted to talk about something else, but I can't think of anything right now.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
Only Lorcan.
Yeah, Only Lorcan. Good for him.
Supposedly resigned.
Supposedly. It's weird.
Whatever.
All right.
Went about it a weird way.
I'm sure Danny Birch is real happy about that.
Yeah, right?
So,
kissing his lucky stars.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think there's, like, anything else, man.
That's it, then.
Let's wrap this up, B.
Well, I mean, you're the one who wraps it up, so... Oh, no, you're not. I got to go through social media stuff.
Is this your first day here?
It is my first day.
Jeepers, cats.
See, the problem is that the format of Hump Day Wrestling, we don't do any of this. That's where you got me confused here. All right, what am I going to talk about? I got to go over all the social meds.
Yes, the social meds. You hip young man.
Yeah, I got to go back and find all that stuff because I haven't written it down in a while. Hold on. Social meds. Here I am. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So thanks for listening. I really do appreciate it. Tell a friend. That's the best way to get the word out for us. Tell somebody who likes wrestling podcasts to listen to this wrestling podcast, unless they're a fan of Teddy Hart. And if not, I probably don't want you to listen anyway.
God. I need those videos analyzed by like a psychotherapist.
You don't.
I know I do.
I'm pretty sure that's how the Joker got created. So you can find us, our podcast Home Away from Home, the soon-to-be-named network, hanging out there with all our friends, Longbox Heroes, Tots with Wrestling, all those...
Final Wrestling
Place, all those fun people. Check that out, a bunch of shows. Chances are, if you want to listen to a podcast, soon-to-be-named network has a podcast for you.
Yes, they do.
That's at STBN Network on the Twitter. You can find us at Wednesday War Pod on the Twitter. We'll blow up your feed every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then, probably random throughout the week you'll see me post something that I meant to post on my personal page.
Did you do that again?
I do it every week, I think. But yeah, so you can interact with us there. We love the interactions there. You kind of get either one of us. We kind of just whoever sees it goes for it. So that again, Wednesday War Pod. We have fun there. You can email the show at WednesdayNightWarPod@gmail. That also where you can find us on the Podbean there. If you want to ask a question, want something to cover, if you're going to complain about how this episode we didn't mention Kevin Nash at all, the
episode didn't end yet.
That would be the place to do it.
It didn't end yet.
Now you can't because I did just say Kevin Nash.
You son of a bitch.
It's true. I just said it. I'll say it again. If I say it a third time, he shows up. It's like Beetlejuice.
I'm about that.
Michael Keaton, not the other Beetlejuice. And then you're listening. Not the guy that Jeff Jarrett beat up, Beetlejuice. But if you're already listening, so you know where you found us is where you found us. But we're on the iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher and Google and iHeartRadio and TuneIn Radio and YouTube. Leave some comments on the YouTube there, like Mr. Joe Sposto was doing, which was an interesting.
I tried to look, but I couldn't find
it's
anything.
There.
Is it?
Yeah, it showed up eventually.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to go and read it.
Yeah. So, it was the same thing you put in the behind the scenes email. There you go.
I love those emails.
Yeah.
Those are great.
So yeah, give us a review on iTunes because, like the aforementioned Joe Sposto, the algorithm matters, so we need more 5-star reviews and write-ups and whatever, so more eyes get seen. Because we're having fun here. I hope you have fun listening. And again, we always talk about it. We do this if nobody listens, so we thank that you do listen.
Yes,
that's pretty awesome.
Thanks, y'all. And
if you want to interact with us personally on Twitter, I'm at the Dooge, TheDooge. You can go on there and see I made one of those memes of the guy sitting at the table with the "Change My Mind" sign.
Oh.
Yeah, I made one of those today because I'm joining the trend.
Dude, you're getting younger and younger
by the
week.
It's true, by the week.
Freaking me out.
I just felt the need to express that Winston Zeddemore was the best Ghostbuster.
I'm not going to argue that.
So with the new Ghostbuster trailer out, I was like, Winston Zeddemore is the best Ghostbuster. Changed my mind because you can't. So, and there are also lots of wrestling and everything else. I'm sure photographs because we're going to see Glenn Danzig's movie tomorrow.
Yes, we
going
are.
To see the Misfits. So
you know what, man? Now I just thought of it. Media. Like, remember, like when it first got announced, that Jenna would like tweeted that. She's like, "Hey, this is something you guys would be interested in."
Yeah.
Well, Jenna, tomorrow it becomes full circle.
Right? Full circle.
I can't wait.
All right, Brett. Where can they find you, pal?
So,
goddamn, pal.
If you would like to watch me have mental meltdowns over how bad the Philadelphia Eagles are, even though they're probably going to win the division.
Yeah, they definitely are.
If you would want to watch me talk about the first 48, that show is fucking crazy. I love that show.
Okay.
Or you want to see me talk about hopefully how the 76ers are winning right now, because I don't know the score.
Okay.
But they are playing Boston.
They are.
You're looking at me like they're losing.
I just looked up the score on my phone. I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, God.
We're about to go over there and watch it.
I know, but still it makes me nervous.
No,
well,
they're losing. So,
fucking asshole. So, my Twitter handle is fuck DJ to death. No, it's...
That's an interesting one. I don't know how you squeak that one past Twitter's guidelines, but you might want to...
My handle is Brett X Edge 570.
He is Northeast Pennsylvania's biggest U2 fan.
I hate you right now. I can't even look at you. You disgust me.
It's fine.
Go clean yourself up, you scumbag. Piece of garbage.
That's true. I am.
Ugh.
Do your thing.
All right. Oh, yeah, we're going to see the Misfits on Saturday.
We are going to see the Misfits on Saturday.
And we're going to... I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know how much photographic evidence we'll have.
Yeah.
Our phones will be locked up.
That's true.
And we don't have spoilers to rip open the cases with his bare hands like he did last time. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Pro Wrestling, let's go.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Do I need to, slap you one before we get fucking ready?
I mean, we're recording this early.
Oh, all right.
I'm not tired.
Okay, well.
Usually I'm falling asleep by the time we're done.
Well, I served you up the fucking Balor thing last week on a silver platter.
I know. I had no idea.
You took it for strike 3.
I did, yeah.